Back in 2021, I made my original 21 Pilot album rankings. That was 3 years ago, and a lot can change in 3 years, especially in terms of music. Your tastes change and evolve. Some songs that you used to love, you might not listen to now. Albums that you had significance in your life, they may have changed their significance, and what it means to you may have changed. And the same way goes for songs. I know for me personally, back in 2021, I didn't fully embrace self-titled or regional at best. Fast forward to 2024, and I absolutely love them, as well as the whole entire 21 Pilot discography. However, my personal rankings, that is an interesting discussion. So let's talk about it. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well, and hope it continues to go well. As we go forward, I would love to know your 21 Pilot album rankings down in the comments section below. And before we go forward, the biggest disclaimer in the world: music is subjective. What I like won't be what you like. What you like might not be what I like. For example, 2 weeks ago, we listened to the metal band Idola, and I knew a couple people on here who did not like it, which is perfectly okay. A lot of my coworkers love Taylor Swift. I personally don't care for Taylor Swift, but that's okay. Certain songs have certain meanings for some people, where that meaning won't carry over to another. Same way for albums. Music is the most subjective thing in the world, and we can have discussions about it. I know for me personally, a lot of my emotions go into how I personally rank things, where some people can do it based off of music or whatever. This isn't an objective thing. This is 100% personal, my own subjective rankings of the albums. So if someone says something you don't like about music, don't bash them at all, because it's perfectly okay. Secondly, why not wait till Clancy comes out? After all, it's releasing in less than a month now. Why not wait till the album comes out? Because I have to sit for a long time to fairly rank Clancy, because I was going to be objective bias, recency bias of like, oh, I love Clancy, I'm going to put that in #1. Or I like it, but I don't like it as my #1 and #2. I need to sit with Clancy for a long time to appropriately rank it amongst my other albums. So with that being said, let's go ahead and rank the 6 21 Pilot albums: self-titled, regional best, Vessel, Blurry Face, Trench, and Scale Nicely. And if you enjoy Segplay content, maybe consider donating to the channel's Ko-Fi link down in the description box below. Buy the boy coffee, keep the boy sane. Here we go with the rankings. Kicking us off at number 6, Trench. Okay, so I'm gonna spend a lot of time justifying this one. Oh, he ranked Trench as the lowest. He hates Trench. He thinks Trench is bad. Not saying that whatsoever. Trench is absolutely amazing. If I was ranking this off of production, Trench would be #1. Trench would be #1 on so many aspects. However, for me personally, Trench came out at a time in my life that I would rather forget. I was in college, I was doing dumb college things, I was struggling, and when Trench came out, it helped me through that time period. But with that association, I associate the songs of Trench with that time that I would rather forget. I'm very thankful that Trench came out the way the time it did, and I'll always love Trench for it. However, I just rather forget, and like, it sucks that like when those songs come on, those memories spring to mind, and I hate that. Also, it's the least relatable 21 Pilot album for me. All the songs are amazing, but I don't relate to Levitate, or For Morph, or Nico and the Niners, or Wonderwall. The hype, I only hear Wonderwall. Of course, there are songs that I love, and there are songs I'll cry to, like Leave the City, like Neon Gravestones. Jumpsuit is one of my favorite 21 Pilot songs of all time. And unfortunately for me now, Trench is the only album where there is a song that I will skip at this time in my life, which I'll let you guys speculate on what that song is. But for me personally, there are more 21 Pilot albums that are more relatable to me. There are 21 Pilot albums that just remind me of better things, especially one other one, whereas like a lot of people have nostalgia of this time period, and I do too, because I love the Bandito tour. However, there are other more relatable albums, and there are other albums that play a significant part in my life than Trench. So that being said, let's move on. At number 5, it is regional at best. Okay, how are you putting Microwave Trees above Trench? Listen, Linda. So, I love regional at best. There's something about the production on the Vessel songs that are on regional at best that I just absolutely love. I kind of love how bad regional at best sounds. Like, I love that version of Ode to Sleep. I love Car Radio. There's something unique about Microwave Trees at the end where Tyler's not going full on hello. It's just like a little scream. Hello! That being said, Microwave Trees was a mistake, but regional best does have songs that mean the world to me, such as Anathema, one of my favorite 21 Pilots songs of all time, easily in the top 3 or 4. You have Be Concerned, hot take, love Be Concerned, as well as me loving Clear. Of course, Slowtown's great Ruby is, I don't listen to as much Dialer with Glowing Eyes, but still, it's a good album and very good for the time period. And also, I just had some fun sounds that you can get off a Logic Pro, which isn't the DAW I use. So it's just a fun little time capsule, and also that little hunt of finding the album, getting it downloaded. It's just a fun little journey. But Anathema, love, love, love. And now for number 4. Blurry Face. Like many other people, this is my introduction into the band. I remember driving somewhere and hearing Tear My Heart come on the radio. My friends love 21 Pilots, and I was listening to the song, I'm like, they like this? This song sucks. And my friend proceeded to yell at me and show me other songs off of Blurry Face, such as Lane Boy, Heavy Dirty Soul, Goner. Oh, Goner, when I first heard it, oh, that made me cry. And it just, I fell in love with the album from there on, and I fully got into the 21 Pilots experience. Of course, this album does feature some of my favorite 21 Pilots songs of all time, like Lane Boy, like Heavy Dirty Soul. I love Goner. Sure, Hometown's on the album, but no album can be perfect. If you don't know, I'm Hometown hater number 1. Yeah, I'll still play it. I will still play that song, but the whole album, it's good. It's fun to do some stuff on the guitar. Message Man, where you fell in love with that song during the Skell Nicey era and remembered, oh wow, this song is absolutely amazing. We Don't Believe What's on TV was one of the first songs I learned on ukulele. And like, sure, it might be the more overrated album, but still, I will jam out to it constantly. I have a lot of nostalgia for this being my first era of 21 Pilots. Me seeing them live though, that had to wait till Trench. I didn't go to the Emotional Roadshow when it came to Pittsburgh, but still, it brings back memories of when I first got into the band. In at number 3, it is Self-Titled. Me and this album did a lot of bonding 2021-2022, where that was the first time I really attentively listened to the album and just falling in love with it. Of course, Attic with a Pen is my favorite 21 Pilots song of all time. And listening to it in context with all the other songs, I'm like, this album is amazing. To where, of course, upon listening to it and sitting down listening to the lyrics, Trapdoor, Air Catcher, Taxi Cab, some of my favorite 21 Pilots songs in general, and also just some of the most underrated 21 Pilots songs in general. I remember listening to 21 Pilots, putting them on shuffle in college when Trench came out, and I'll Fly As Birds came on. I've never listened to that song, and I'm like, wow. And like, at the point in my life, that song became heavily relatable. Almost Believer was one of my first 21 Pilots songs I listened to. And like, sure, there are songs on there that I don't like The Pantaloon, or Before You Start Your Day, which is a beautiful song and gets undeserved hate, or Johnny Boy, but it's like, still, those songs are great. Yeah, March to the Sea can feel like it's going long, but still, it's amazing. And like, if I'm struggling at any point, I am most likely going to throw Self-Titled on and have a good cry, because it's such an underrated, good cry album full of songs that speak very deep into my psyche, my soul, my emotions. It's so good. Second to last at number 2, Vessel. this album, and I know what I'm going to say can also technically be applied to regional at best, and in that logic, why didn't I rank regional best higher? Production. That's why. Because Vessel to me is filled with the most amazing songwriting Tyler Joseph has ever done. It is such a masterclass. And also, it has some of my favorite 21 Pilots production. Greg Wells, one of my favorite producers, did such an amazing job on the album. And crucially, it has some raw Tyler vocals, which takes it to the next level. And again, the most iconic 21 Pilots songs: Car Radio, Trees, Guns for Hands, Ode to Sleep. You have songs like a more updated version of House of Gold, which some lump with regional at best, even though it technically wasn't on the original regional at best release. It was on an e-news where you could download it. But House of Gold has songs like Semi-Automatic. It has songs like The Run and Go, and my favorite song off of there, Truce. Oh, Truce. That song makes me cry, and like the fingerstyle guitar cover that I do, every time I play it, I just get overwhelmed with emotions. It's so good from start to finish. And yeah, no, that is one of the most amazing 21 Pilot albums. Holds a lot of significance to me, because there are many days where I'll drive home frustrated, I'll play Car Radio. There are many days where I want to give up, I'll play Truce. I will play that song and just jam and vibe to it. And I love it. But there's one album that I love more, and I know people are hitting the dislike button, because number one, Scaled and Icy. I know a lot of people are hitting the dislike button, putting in all caps, "Oh, he's just a troll, how dare he put Trench at number 6, Scaled and Icy at number 1. Listen, Scaled and Icy changed my life forever. It changed my life for the better, for the first time ever. It gave me a community of people throughout the whole internet sphere, throughout Twitter, Discord, wherever. It helped the channel blow up to get me where I'm at to this day. It gave me a community, a sense of belonging. I felt wanted for the first time, besides people who were my family. And a lot of people noticed that I was more happy during the Scaled and Icy era. And it helped me get through my final year of college, because it gave me an outlet to be creative. And then when the album dropped, I remember just crying, because it became the most relatable 21 Pilots album for me. A lot of the 21 Pilots albums, they talk about the nighttime struggle, about struggling to get through your night. That was never an issue for me. I struggle with the daytime, which is what this album's talking about. The daytime struggle, lying to yourself, convincing yourself that you're fine, convincing other people that you're fine. In reality, you are just broken and upset on the inside. Choker, one of my favorite 21 Pilots songs of all time. The very last bit of Choker, that end rap, it cuts me like a knife. Mulberry Street is another song where, like, it's very apt to my life right now. Redecorate, No Chances, the whole entire album holds so much significance in my life, and still does to this day. And like, I know it's like trendy to hate on Scaled and Icy, and which is, like I said, it's fair. It's not everyone's preference, but for me, that relatability that's in that album for me personally, and my nostalgia for the Scaled and Icy era, going to Takeover Tour in Columbus, nationwide, going to Icy Pittsburgh, in like being with my best friend, and just like the online discourse, and just having great time. Scaled and Icy era meant the world to me, and it will always mean the world to me. I'll have a lot of nostalgia for that time period. Yeah, it's my favorite, which is the hottest of hot takes, but that is why. But anyway, those are my rankings. Let me know yours down in the comment section below, and I would love to see what you guys think. I am pretty sure a lot of you are going to have this list completely flipped. And also, thank you everyone on Twitter who got very angry at me when I posted these rankings and was saying that I am just doing it for attention. No, these are my genuine rankings. All fun. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. It's been a long day. I've been up since 5 a.m. even before that, and it's going on 11, so I'm gonna go to bed. See you all when 20 pods do another thing. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.